Let's break down the complex situation surrounding Taiwan in a nutshell. We'll try to simplify the history and current dynamics at play. Picture a big family reunion. China is often seen as the head of the family, the elder statesman. Taiwan's the cousin who moved out a while ago, forging their own path and identity. They set up their own place, built a thriving economy, and created a distinct society. Taiwan operates with its own democratically elected government, a capable military force, and regular free and fair elections, showcasing its commitment to democratic values. But China still insists it's merely a rebellious province that will eventually be brought back into the fold. So why does all of this matter on a global scale? Because Taiwan has become a global tech powerhouse, a key player in the modern economy. It's especially dominant in the production of microchips, the essential brains that power your smartphone, your car's computer system, and countless other devices we rely on every day. Therefore, this isn't just a simple family feud with regional implications, it's a potential standoff in the world's most important electronics store with far-reaching consequences. Most countries, including the US, maintain a delicate balance by not officially recognizing Taiwan as an independent country, largely to avoid escalating tensions and angering China, a major global power. Yet despite this diplomatic tightrope walk, Taiwan's 24 million people have successfully built a vibrant democracy, fostering a unique cultural identity that distinguishes them on the world stage. China's leader Xi Jinping has repeatedly stated that reunification with Taiwan is a historical inevitability, leaving little room for doubt about China's long-term goals. This is a fundamental clash. Taiwan is determined to choose its own future and maintain its autonomy, while China is equally determined to choose that future for them, asserting its claim of sovereignty. The US finds itself walking a precarious tightrope, officially acknowledging the One China policy, but also maintaining a commitment to help Taiwan defend itself against potential aggression. The current peace is incredibly fragile, a delicate balance that could easily be shattered, and as China continues to grow more assertive on the global stage, particularly in its military capabilities, the international community is watching nervously, aware of the potential consequences. It's a high-stakes balancing act with global ramifications. One wrong move could trigger a domino effect, leading to a global crisis with unpredictable outcomes. And that's precisely why the situation surrounding Taiwan matters so much to the entire world. To get why this is so complicated, let's rewind to 1949. After a brutal civil war, Mao's communists took over mainland China, while the defeated nationalists fled to Taiwan and set up their own government. For decades, both claimed to be the real China. Taiwan even held China's seat at the UN until 1971, when the world switched recognition to Beijing. Suddenly, Taiwan was isolated, still self-governing, but no longer officially recognized. Over time, Taiwan transformed from a dictatorship into a vibrant democracy. Today, most Taiwanese see themselves as Taiwanese, not Chinese. The conflict isn't just about rival governments anymore, it's democracy versus authoritarianism. That's the heart of the standoff. Two very different systems, one unresolved question. Let's look at both sides. Beijing sees Taiwan as unfinished business, a province that must return, no debate. The One China principle is non-negotiable, and China hasn't ruled out using force if Taiwan declares independence. For Taiwan, it's simple, they already act as a sovereign country with their own president, military, and currency. They argue China's never ruled them, so how can they be a breakaway province? For most Taiwanese, this is about self-determination. Hong Kong's fate convinced them that one country, two systems is a trap. They want to keep their democracy and decide their own future. They're not pushing for formal independence too risky, but they're determined to keep things as they are. It's a standoff. China demands reunification, Taiwan insists on autonomy. The world holds its breath. Why is the situation heating up so intensely now? What are the underlying factors driving this escalation? Because China's military pressure on Taiwan has reached unprecedented new heights, creating a volatile environment. We're witnessing massive drills, showcasing China's growing military capabilities. Warships and fighter jets now regularly encircle the island, a constant reminder of China's presence. They are sometimes even simulating a full-scale blockade, demonstrating their potential control over the seas. These displays aren't just shows of force, they carry a deeper strategic message. They're meticulously planned rehearsals, combat preparation, war games training, all pointing towards the real thing. This is designed to intimidate Taiwan into submission and simultaneously warn the US to stay out of the conflict. The conflict has also gone digital, adding another layer of complexity. Relentless cyber attacks and sophisticated disinformation campaigns target Taiwan on a daily basis, eroding trust and stability. The U.S. has responded by significantly increasing military support, including substantial arms sales to Taiwan. This action has predictably angered Beijing, further escalating diplomatic tensions. Japan, Australia, and the Philippines are also actively strengthening their ties with the U.S., forging a united front. They are deeply worried about the deteriorating regional security situation and the potential for wider conflict. The region is now a complex checkerboard of alliances, each move carefully calculated. And the tension is palpable, a heavy weight felt across the entire region. Every move is watched closely, analyzed for its potential implications. One misstep, one miscalculation could easily spark a full-blown crisis. The stakes have never been higher, with global implications hanging in the balance. Taiwan is under constant pressure, not just militarily but also through relentless psychological warfare. The world is on edge, watching this situation unfold with growing concern. This heightened state of alert, this persistent threat environment is the new normal. Why should you care? Because Taiwan makes the world's most advanced microchips. Over 90% come from one company, TSMC. If conflict disrupts this, the global tech supply chain collapses. No new phones, cars, or computers. The Taiwan Strait is also a vital shipping lane. Closing it would cripple the global economy. That's why world leaders are so nervous. Beyond economics, this is about global security and the future of democracy. If China takes Taiwan, it gains a huge strategic edge in the Pacific and sends a message that might makes right. US allies like Japan and Australia would feel the threat on their doorstep. This isn't just about an island, it's about the rules that shape our world. The stakes are enormous, that's why everyone's watching. What do the experts say about the escalating tensions surrounding Taiwan? What are their assessments of the current geopolitical landscape? Across the board, from Washington to Beijing to Taipei, everyone agrees. The risk of conflict is higher than it's been in decades. The margin for error is shrinking and the potential consequences are immense. US strategists talk about making Taiwan a porcupine, bolstering its defenses to deter any potential aggressor. Too tough to invade. The idea is to make any invasion attempt so costly and difficult that it becomes unthinkable, but they worry about America's ability to follow through on its commitments, given other global challenges and domestic priorities. Can the US truly project power and maintain its influence in the region? Chinese analysts, on the other hand, blame the US for stoking tensions, accusing Washington of interfering in China's internal affairs. They insist reunification is peaceful, unless provoked by external forces or separatist movements. In Taiwan, experts focus on asymmetric defense strategies and the importance of sustained international support. They know they can't match China's military strength head-on, so they get creative, developing innovative tactics and technologies. They're also fighting a daily battle against disinformation campaigns aimed at undermining public trust and sowing discord. International think tanks warn about the ever-present risk of accidental conflict, a miscalculation, or a misunderstanding that could spiral out of control. So many warships and jets operating in a relatively small area increases the chances of an unintended incident. One mistake, one misread signal, could spark a war with devastating consequences. They call for more dialogue, improved communication channels, and reliable crisis hotlines, but diplomatic channels are frosty, and trust is in short supply. The world's best minds are deeply worried about the trajectory of events. The situation is incredibly volatile, a powder keg waiting for a spark. Everyone's hoping for calm and de-escalation but simultaneously preparing for the worst-case scenario. That's the stark reality we face in 2025. What's next? Experts see three main scenarios. First, a full-scale invasion. China crosses the strait, risking massive casualties and likely drawing in the US and its allies. Second, a blockade. China surrounds Taiwan, cutting it off and forcing a slow-motion crisis. Third, more of the same. Constant pressure, cyber attacks, and military drills, wearing Taiwan down over time. Each scenario is risky and unpredictable. China's own economic troubles could push its leaders to act out of desperation. A foreign crisis can distract from problems at home. That makes the situation even more volatile. In 2025, Taiwan is the world's most dangerous flashpoint. It's a collision of Chinese nationalism and Taiwanese identity. The world is watching and holding its breath.